But there he is. It's Behind the Badge with Rick Rowe. Here we go.
That's why I need to be your junior meteorologist, because I'm way better at meteorology than I'm going to be at doing this live shot. But we're going to try, okay? I love what we do on Thursday mornings, Behind the Badge. We really honor folks in law enforcement. Neither one of these folks are. Now, Derek, you used to be, we're in Natchitoches, by the way, Riverfront Stage next to the Cane River. You used to be a sheriff deputy here?
Yes, sir. I worked for the sheriff's office about 6 years in the corrections division here.
All right. Now you're working offshore. She's working at the French Market up there on Highway 6. You think she's cute. Absolutely. You come in and there you go. Amen. I'm with you. So eventually you connect through social media, fall in love, get together. Last week you decide to get married at the courthouse here. Yes. You have a witness. It's your dad. You don't. You had one that was scheduled. She didn't show up. So what's going on with her when you realize, this may not happen?
I felt like everything we had been trying to do that day was just going wrong, and this was going to go wrong, and I was just upset. She had texted me, said that she couldn't make it at the last minute, had an issue come up, and I just didn't know what else to do.
How upset were you?
I was ready to cry in front of everybody, and I'm not that type of person.
Okay. And then there's the knight in shining armor. There he is. Come over. He even looks like a knight in shining armor. I mean, look at this guy. My brother, Joseph. All right, Joseph, you're working security. You're a Natchitoches sheriff deputy. Yes, sir. You're working security at the courthouse. That's your normal job on a Friday. You hear this. What's going on? What do you hear?
Well, I hear a young lady that was visibly upset, and I turn around to say, hey, if you guys need a witness, I'm here.
Okay.
And everything after that is just history.
Okay. So you said, thank you, I need you.
Yeah, it was minutes later maybe. I was like, actually, we do need you if you were serious about it, because I didn't know what else to do. Like I said, that was my only person.
Okay. All right.
But he came
Joe
in
says,
and him.
I'm there. If you need me, I'm there. And you said, I need you.
Yeah, he was pretty on point with that one.
Okay. All right. And then the ceremony takes place, right? Yeah. Okay. And how do you feel about this? Well, let me start with this. Why did you do that? It's not part of your job to be a witness at a wedding. That's not why you're there. You're there to protect the folks at the courthouse. Why?
Well, it's part of the reason why I got into this career, to this profession, which is to just help people, help others. And that can range from anything from responding to emergency calls, changing a flat tire on the side of the interstate, all the way down to standing in as a witness.
Which you have done, by the way. Yes. Changing flat tires on the side of I-49, which can be very dangerous. But that's really why you got into this career.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good for you, Joseph. How do you feel about Joseph, Derek, and Sarah?
Instant invite to the actual wedding that we're holding later this year. Oh, okay. Definitely saving a plate for him.
Okay.
The epitome of the badge. That's why I started doing the job. I'm glad that's why he started doing it, and he exemplifies everything that badge stands for.
Amen.
Public service to the top.
There you go. That's the thing that sometimes people forget. We see the videos occasionally on YouTube, and we think there's a bunch of bad guys. No, most of them, by far, overwhelmingly, are just like Joseph. Joseph, you're the man, brother. You represent and wear the badge well. Thank you. Coming back to y'all. Gotta love it. A little high school football. The other thing I love is the people who drive these cars. Okay, this is law enforcement. This is a sheriff deputy in Natchitoches Parish, and here he is, Joseph. I love me some Joseph. Just met him, but you're gonna love this guy. Joseph, 23 years old. You're a sheriff deputy, have been for about a year.
Yes, sir.
You wanted to do this because?
I got into it to help people and basically just to help meet the needs of others. And
okay. Really?
Yes, sir.
You had an uncle that did this, chief of police in Coshada. That's where you grew up.
That's correct.
Okay. So you got in for noble reasons. Yes, you look great in a uniform, buddy. I congratulate you. And you never know what you're going to run into in law enforcement. You never know. Every day can be very different. You can be changing a tire alongside I-49, which you've done, or you can be working security at the courthouse, as you were last Friday, and you see these two talking, and you see her, Sarah, very upset. Tell me what you saw last Friday.
Okay, it started out as basically a normal courthouse ceremony. I see them walk in, and a few minutes pass by, and I hear her visibly upset, and she's like, our witness is unable to make it. So I just turn around and say, well, hey, if you need someone, I'm here. So her
And you, Sarah, when you heard that,
I initially thought he was just joking, and then I got that confirmation. I was like, hey, were you kidding or not?
right?
And
you needed you had somebody that couldn't show up at the last minute.
Yeah.
Derek, you had your father,
did, yeah.
but you've got to have to make this thing legal. You need both two witnesses.
you need the two.
So, and you're very upset.
I was very, because I have one person that I rely on, and she just had something come up, so I didn't know what I was going to do.
All right, so Joseph comes in. We've got a picture that shows him at the ceremony, and you're married. Legally, you're married. You're going to have a big ceremony later, but right now you're legally married, and it wouldn't have happened without him.
Yeah, he
No,
really
would not
saved
have.
the day on that.
So, law enforcement. You used to be a deputy yourself, so you're favorably disposed to these guys and what they do, and appreciate what Joseph did.
When they're doing the right thing like that, yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about. And he exemplifies that badge right there. And I love that. It's awesome.
Amen. And Joseph, this is why you got into the career, right?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
To do good.
Yes, sir.
Wherever you're needed,
Yes, sir.
whenever you're needed, and doing whatever you're needed to do.
Yes, sir.
It is a little unusual witnessing a wedding, but you were there. And you responded to her emotion.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I could hear the emotion in her voice. So I turned around and I could see it. Then I could see it on her face. So I'm like, well, being a public servant,
Yes.
let me step in and see how I can help this situation. And
Amen.
like I said, the rest is history.
That's beautiful. Step out over here, because I want you, this good-looking guy, I mean, it looks great in that uniform, but really symbolizes and exemplifies what law enforcement is supposed to be all about. Right here, Joseph Bonner, remember the name. When he was called on, he was there. Brother Brian, coming back to you. Hey, my brother, it's a beautiful morning, by the way. A little muggy, but, hey, look, it's August. Look at that. Don't you love that? That's the Cane River, Natchitoches. This is their beautiful riverfront, beautiful American flag, great country. And this is where this couple decided to get married. Natchitoches, you're from Roebeline, and you wanted to get married. You went to the courthouse here last Friday, all set to get married. You've got your witness. Yours shows up, hers doesn't. And you get upset.
Well, yeah, it was one of those situations where you're just trying to be on time for something, and something like this being so important, it was just nerve-wracking.
Frustrating.
It's like just things couldn't go right. I was having a bad day anyway.
Okay, all right. Because it can't happen legally unless you've got two witnesses. All right, and then suddenly there's a tall, good-looking guy
This guy.
in uniform who's kind of standing around and overhears what's going on and comes up to you and says something, Sarah.
Yeah, he had seen that I was kind of on the phone trying to figure out what was going on, and he's like, hey, if you need a witness. Thought it was a joke at first, but I wound up really needing one. So
Okay.
I went back to him after I found out that For Sure didn't have one.
And we've got the picture that shows you he was there, did what he was supposed to do. This is Joseph Bonner, been a part of the sheriff's office for about a year, 23 years old, looks great in a uniform. This is something you wanted to do, to serve and be in law enforcement. Your uncle was police chief in Coshada, where you grew up.
Yes, sir.
And this is what you got into the field because of. You don't want to just go around arresting people, in fact, that's not what you want to do.
Yes.
It's to serve.
So, I basically got into this profession, this career, to help others in any capacity. And that could range from responding to emergency calls for service, changing a flat tire on the side of the interstate, to standing as a witness for a wedding. So,
Yeah, and this is the way you were brought up. We're going to call out some folks in your life. Your grandmother, what's her name?
Willie Mae Brown.
Willie Mae.
Yes, sir.
Your father
Yes, sir. Joseph Brown.
and your uncle,
Yes.
right? Who's the police chief in Coshada.
Yes, sir.
Those people raised you with the values that you now symbolize. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What did they teach you?
So basically, just to always be kind to others, help out in any way that you can. So, and they also brought me up in church, so I have a
Yes.
strong religious background, and I just always believed in doing unto others as I would want done to myself. So,
Amen. So when you saw her upset, tears, you said, I can help, and you did. It's not part of your job. You're there to provide security only. But this is what you guys do. This is what people in law enforcement do all the time. Well, you step in when somebody needs a hand. And how do you feel about this guy? considering what happened?
I mean, I consider him a friend now at this point. He's definitely gotten an invite to any little hoedown we have at our house.
By the way, they're getting married. It's going to be a hoedown Halloween. Getting married on Halloween.
Halloween night.
Is Joseph invited?
Oh, absolutely. I got his plate
I
saved
texted him the
already.
invite. I took his number down and I texted him. I said,
That's fantastic.
I was not kidding. You're coming.
He really
That's
helped
beautiful.
us out.
I tell you what, Joseph really symbolizes and exemplifies. This is a young man who was raised by people that taught him, instilled in him the right life values. But he made the choice to follow that. Some people make different decisions and end up in different ways. You made the right decision. You followed good role models, and look at you now, man. You're on TV. Way to go, Joseph Bonner. Another example of the men and women who wear the badge. Coming back to y'all.
Rick Rowe, who was live in Natchitoches this morning with some very special people and some newlyweds. Hey, Rick.
Absolutely, Nate, and I'm going to blame you for this story because you sent it to me. By the way, I want to mention where I am. I love this place. This is Natchitoches. Cane River, early in the morning, no place like it, and nobody quite like this guy. This is Joseph Bonner, 23 years old, born and raised in Coshada, been a sheriff's deputy in Natchitoches for about a year, and got into it because you literally, not just a cliche, but you literally want to serve and protect.
Yes, sir.
So that's the deal.
Yes, sir.
And whatever that may mean, you may have to fix a tire along the side I-49, which you've done. You may have to get you a snake because the lady calls and I got a snake in my house, please help, and you answer. Cows out on the road, out of the pasture, you herd them up and get them back in. That's what these guys do. But you had a particularly important call last Friday. Well, let's walk over to Sarah and Derek. And Sarah, so you guys want to get married. You're in the courthouse in Natchitoches. You've got your witness, your dad. Yours doesn't show up. Had a good reason, but didn't show up.
Yeah.
You're upset.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it together. I'm not one to cry in front of people, but he could overhear me because I wasn't really keeping it a secret. And he had offered in passing if we needed somebody to let him know. And minutes later, maybe that's when I got the confirmation that I did, in fact, need someone.
And did you literally go up to Joseph and say, I need you?
Yes, I went up and I was like, you remember that offer you gave me a couple minutes ago? Are you willing to cash in on that?
Still valid.
Yeah.
By the way, there was no cash involved here, right?
Oh, no, not this
In fact, he
time.
was volunteering.
Yes.
That's not your part of normal shift. You were just there because that's something you do, volunteered to do it. And when they asked, you said yes, because that's what you were taught to. You've got some people in your life that I think exemplify why you are who you are.
Yes.
This is an awesome guy. I just met him this morning, but I'm so impressed with Joseph. Your grandmother, Willie Mae?
Yes, sir.
Your father, Joseph Brown?
Yes, sir.
And your uncle used to be police chief in Coshada, right? All right. I'm going to call them out because they're a reason. Good role models create good young men, and they have here. All right, by the way, you're getting married on Halloween, kind of a big ceremony in Robeline in the backyard, and he's invited?
Oh, big time.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. He saved the day, so he's there for the big one as well.
There you go. I love that. By the way, you used to be in law enforcement yourself.
I did.
Derek, okay. And met her, fell in love at the French Market right up here on Highway 6.
Yeah.
That's the way
Classic
things
story.
happen. Love is a beautiful thing. And this is why we do what we do, the Behind the Badge series, because it's not always the big things, folks, the shootings and the responding to emergencies. Sometimes it's the little things that these guys do almost every day. Cows, snake in the house, or I need a witness for my wedding. They're there because that's why you joined up, was to serve and protect. You want to help people. He was raised in church, the golden rule, do unto others, serve when you can, love your enemies, just be there for people when they need you. And Joseph really exemplifies that. We're proud of you, brother. Way to go. And good luck. Can I come to the wedding, Halloween?
Absolutely.
Come on, backyard in Robeline. Halloween night. That'll be fun. That's going to be a heck of a wedding. All right, Brother Brian, coming back to you.